Hello everyone, this is a not so much theory video, what I usually do with the usual videos with evidence and all that stuff. This is more of who's the strongest gem type theory, what I did a while back. I know some people like that, and I'm still getting comments to that video to this day. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I should do another one with who's the most hated character. It was either this or who's the weakest gem, but that just seemed a bit boring in my opinion. So I decided to do this one instead. Now, with you seeing the title of the video, you know what's going to happen within the video. Who is the most hated character in Steven Universe? It is more or less opinion-based, but I made this video mostly of all the characters that I see are usually hated more or less on a regular basis. And those four characters that I picked are Pearl, Lapis, Lars, and Ronaldo. I know these characters get a lot of hate. I see them get non-stop of hate. I know there are, like, for example, people who love Pearl, but then at the same time, there are people who just downright hate the character, thinking that she's the worst, and it goes for the other three characters, kinda. But I'll be going over reasons why they're more or less hated by the fandom, and I'll give reasons I see why people could hate them. Starting with Pearl, the main character for that matter, or at least one of them, I see why people do hate her. All I just see when it comes to just disliking Pearl, it's just, oh, she's thirsty, she's salty, she's very selfish in so many ways. And yeah, I could see ways and things that I've seen is that, yeah, she is thirsty sometimes, but there is a reason why. She does very selfish things with the sardonyx arc, which she pretty much only used Garnet just a few sardonyx. I could see why Garnet could be angry. At first I didn't think there was a reason to be, but yeah, now I see why. She just pretty much only used Garnet to make her feel high, more or less. And the things that she does to Steven, like, she puts him in so much harm. The big example would be the space race episode, where she more or less kidnaps him, even though she's kind of already the mom to him. Even still, she kidnaps him, takes him into space, and due to what happened to the ship, they almost die. Luckily, Steven convinced her to just eject the seat, and they lived. And she not only harmed Steven, but she harmed Connie. Not so much physically, but in a way mentally. She gave her the thought and mentality that you're nothing, and you're not really worth anything. So just give up your life and throw it away, like the crumbled up paper ball that you're trying to throw into the trash can. Like, you're not supposed to say that to her kid. Like, you just cannot say that. Bro, not only that, it's not like she does only terrible things. She does do good things. Like, she did stop Sugalite with Jasper saying, oh, you know, you're just only a two gem fusion. That's the only way you beat me. Let's think about this. Pearl is weaker than Jasper, and she took down Sugalite, who is a 3-gem fusion, and way stronger than Garnet will ever be. You gotta think about that. That's pretty damn heroic. Not only that, even though she did mentally ill Connie in a way, not really mentally ill, but you know what I mean. She did teach her how to use the sword overall. At least that's a good thing. She now knows how to fight for herself and protect Earth and help Steven on the missions and just other various things that they do. Not only that, she's pretty much the most motherly to Steven. Amethyst is pretty much the sister, and Garnet is, well, I know within the sitcom parody that they did in Chile Tid, she was like the best, well, the cool best friend or whatever, but I always saw her as like the cool aunt that would always save the day in one way or another. Pearl is pretty much like the mom to Steven, so you can't really blame her for that. She has many reasons for being liked, and she does, you know, these very heroic things that does help her be an interesting character, even with all the flaws that she has. Moving on to the list, we have Lapis. Now, when it comes to Lapis, you're either on two sides for her. You're either on the side that you love her, and she's one of your favorite characters, or you're on the side where you despise her, you dislike her, and you think that she's a terrible character. Me, myself, I'm right in the middle so much. There are many things that I do love about her, due to the fact that she is pretty much a true neutral character. She just does whatever she wants when she feels like it so much. And then, when it comes to the bad or the con so much, she's done many things, really. If you do think about it, in Mirror Gem, she more or less tried to kidnap Steven, but Steven just said no. She left and stole the ocean instead. That's another con. And when she stole the ocean, she broke Greg's leg, and then she tried to drown Steven and Connie. So, she's got many things that make her, I wouldn't say a bad character, but a character with a lot of cons. That's not so much of a bad thing, but she's done many things to make her kind of hated. One thing that I really hate about her is the fact that she refuses and completely denies the fact that she needs help, even though that we all know that she was losing her mind when she was formed with Jasper to make Malachite. That's pretty much the only good thing that she's done as well. She formed Malachite, she fused with Jasper to form Malachite, and then they just stayed at the bottom of the ocean. That's it. They needed to find her to make sure that Jasper wouldn't cause any more damage, just in case still, but she just wouldn't tell them where she was, and because of that, ironically, she became a prisoner herself. That's one thing I hate about Lapis. Now, I know a lot of people do love her, and then at the same time, people do hate her. So, it's kind of a debatable thing. Now, the third character, Lars, I know everybody pretty much hate Lars. I personally don't hate him, but yeah, I dislike him. He always picks on Steven and pretty much just bullies him. He pretty much uses and, in a way, abuses Sadie in some sort of way, if not. And then not only that, he just is a plain-out jerk to everybody else so much, especially Ronaldo, actually, from the Horror Club episode. They were friends, but then we find out that Lars is pretty much insecure and cares about what people think, and because of that, he's no longer friends with Ronaldo. Not only that, he tries so hard to be with the cool kids, really hard. I'm pretty sure now within this series that he is accepted by them, they're friends now, but I know that he's just still the same old Lars, and he's just pretty much a dick to everybody. That's not so much of a good thing. Not many people I know actually do like Lars. The only reason why people would like Lars is just to cosplay as him. That's pretty much it. That's like the only good thing that comes out of like being Lars so much. So I know Lars is pretty much like that most hated character. But in my opinion, the next character is my least favorite character. And the last character, my least favorite character, Ronaldo. I do not like Ronaldo. I know he's just pretty much there for comedic effect, but almost everything he does just falls flat in terms of just comedy. His voice is just annoying. His character just gets down. It's just cranked up too much for what he's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be like this conspiracy theories, and that's what conspiracy theories are. Their character is cranked up a notch, but his is just over the top to the point where it's just cringy to me. Not only that, he doesn't do anything for the story so much. The only good thing that he has actually truly done for the story is given the name of Diamond Authority. We know that's what the diamonds are called, and he's given us that name now before it was even revealed. So that's a good thing. But everything else he does doesn't do anything for the story, especially when it comes to the episode Rising Tides, Crashing Skies. In my opinion, by far, that is the worst episode, because it doesn't do anything for character development for no characters, and nor does it do anything for the story. That's at least two things that an episode for Steven Universe has. It at least has one of those two things. This one didn't have either of those, so that's why it's a terrible episode, and that's why I think he was a bad character for that episode. Oh my god, he doesn't do anything at all. It's just a full circle episode, and they just pretty much gave that episode to him because, well, why the hell not, they just pretty much said. I hate Ronaldo. I really do. But that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any questions or whatever, I'll try and answer them if I do see the question. And if you want to draw any fan art for the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Till then, bye.